I'm Burdell Jackson, and I've spent 16 years in the legislature, and I've retired 5 times, and I came out of retirement, this will make 6, because of Al. Al Olszewski is our best hope to kill the compact. And I've been working on this for 5 years. And I want him to give a presentation and give him a chance to tell you his background. And then we're going to end with an idea that will help us get him elected.
I'm a boy born and raised in Great Falls, but my family, I'm a great-grandson and grandson of farmers and miners that homesteaded Judith Basin County and Blaine County. And my family's had to fight for their property rights and their water rights every generation. And and it will never stop. It's not one and done. We will always have to fight for what belongs to us. Otherwise, someone will take it because they want it. So don't ever stop, and it's not done. Those letters, it does not have to look like this form letter. You just have to say, I'm Joe, and I'm an irrigator, and I'm your constituent, and I'm angry. I want my lien released, and I want my water right that it comes with my property, and then send it in. Because for every letter that they get, their staff at the federal level, the police, for every letter that they get, that means there's 5,000 people that are going to vote that feel the same way. So your letter has power. And if they get 10 or 20 or even 30 letters, they're going, holy crap, that's 15,000. That's 150,000 people that feel that way. And you can keep saying, and it doesn't have to be legal. It doesn't have to be typed. It can be handwritten. And you just say, my name is Joe. I'm an irrigator. I farm the land that my family homesteaded, and I'm mad. And you know what? I'm not going to vote for you. All right? And I'm going to tell you, so go ahead, let's play this. I want you to see this.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about the real issue here is that everything you said I completely agree with. Thank you for saying what you said. But the decision we're all faced with here isn't John Tester. We all want to hear him. It's how we can make a decision in the primary. I want to start with the water compact. It's going to cost us $3 billion to the taxpayers, according to Kate Vandenborg. Mr. Olszewski fought it in the House. I asked him if he's elected, if he's going to try to kill this back in Washington, D.C. He assures me he's going to. What's your thoughts on it?
To be completely honest, I'm going to disagree with you and my friend Al. If we kill that Water Compact Commission, it's going to go back into litigation. It will be in litigation for decades. It will cost tens of millions of dollars, and the result could very likely be worse than when we came up with the Compact Commission. Now let's be honest, that's a negotiated settlement. All sides were at the table. Nobody likes it. That's generally the sign of a good settlement. I appreciate your concern with it. Believe me, I hear you loud and clear. I'm a lawyer. I'm a judge. If that thing gets killed, it's going to go back into litigation. It's going to be hugely expensive with no idea whether it's going to be any worse, and a good chance that it could be worse.
I think go ahead and stop right there. Later on, he does talk about that, as a U.S. Senator, he's going to do everything he can to get that compact through. Okay, and we don't have to go through the next 3 or 4 minutes to get to the discussion. So let me tell you a story. So I am a state senator for District 6. I am running for the United States Senate, and we can go through that. But tonight, I really want to just tell you a story and engage you, because I'm successful, not if I leave here and you're going to vote for me. I'm successful if you walk out of here and you write that letter, all right, that they want. If you write that letter and we can start getting the momentum for the legislation in 19 here in the state, and move forward, because you can't stop. It's not halftime. You got to keep going, and you got to work this. So here's the story. So in January, all the Flathead legislators in different meetings, but with Senator Daines' staff, and me personally with Senator Daines in his office in Washington, D.C., which occurred on February 1st, we were asked, what's it going to take for you guys to get behind the water compact? What is it going to take for you Flathead legislators who fought this to get behind the water compact? Because we want you to get behind the water compact. Okay? That is Senator Steve Daines' staff. All right? And what we said as a group in different sections, but we all, when we looked and we talked and said, did you get this? Were you called up? Were you talked about this too? We were all contacted within 3 weeks. And we said, yeah, change the compact. Make a compact no different than in the other tribes, and then we can talk about it. But this one, hell no. Hell no, okay? So here's the story. The story is that Steve Daines is being told that in order to beat Steve Bullock in 2020 running against him as a senator, he's got to do something for the tribe. And so Bullock has got the power of the tribe because he got the compact through the state. And if you help him get it through the federal government, then you know what? You will neutralize Steve Bullock's advantage with the Native American tribe, and you'll probably get some of that. Oh, by the way, there's money for your reelection bid if you do that. All right? So what I'm telling you, that's the story, and what we're hearing now is that he's leaning towards favoring it. So in your letter, you need to be able to say, not only, I'm Joe, and I'm mad, and I'm your constituent, you need to say, I won't vote for you in the primary if you if you support this compact. He needs to hear that wide and clear, all right? So I am running for the United States Senate. If I win this primary, okay, well, I guess let me go back. There's 4 of us in the Republican side on the primary. And if you look at us across Republican principles, we're pretty much similar in many ways across things. We all say we're all for property rights. We say we're all for water rights. But when we get down in the details, the one place that we see is the most valuable property right we have is our water right. It is our property right's worth nothing if we don't have the water right to go with it. And right now, for the CSKT Water Compact, I believe is one of the main ways that Jon Tester gets beat, because we can discern what that means as we educate the general election, because it crosses property lines, or I'm sorry, party lines. Property rights crosses party lines, okay? So, of the 4 of us, I openly oppose it. Because I still have a bitter taste in my mouth of what happened in 15. I mean, I was there. It was not a fair process. Was it? No, we had killed that by the rules of the House, and the Democrats and a few Republicans, threw out the rules of the House. They threw out our rules and made it the rule of the jungle, and then they brought it in on a simple majority. They even broke the Constitution to get it passed. It needed 61% of both houses, and it only got 51%, right? So they not only threw out the rules of the House, they threw out the rules of the Constitution to get that passed. So I'm the one that openly opposes it. There's another, I have another candidate. You know who he is. He opposed it in the Senate that year. But as a U.S. Senate candidate, he doesn't want to talk about it. He's not taking a position on the compact because he feels he's already won the primary, and he doesn't want to bring in that money against him. Oh, by the way, if you go to fec.gov and look at where Matt Rosendale's money is coming from. His top 10 payments, the amount of money is all from Washington, D.C. He's only had 170 people individually donate money from Montana to his campaign. Right? He's not standing for you. I wish you would. I wish all of us would. You just saw Russ Fagg was saying, I'm 100% for it. In fact, his family materially participated in his passage. His family materially participated in the lobbying of this. And in fact, his family has, because his wife is a civil engineer who specializes her firm in Native American water rights, they have profited from water rights issues with Native Americans across western United States. So he won't tell you that part, but it's there. So that's, and then there's another candidate, God bless him, he doesn't even know what the water compact is, okay? He's a good man, but he just doesn't understand. This is a complicated, well, it's a complex issue. You just can't pick it up in 5 minutes. Am I correct on that? Okay. Okay. So here, I'm telling you that if you look at me, I'm just a guy, just like you. Just a Montanan. You guys are closer to the soil than I am. I just take care of you if you get broken. And my family, my cousins tell me exactly what goes on. Rick Jor was my conscience in the last legislature, and he made sure I got the appropriate notes at the appropriate time about being a conscience and good conservative principles and constitutional principles. Okay? But here's the deal. My race right now, this primary, means more than me running against Jon Tester. And here's why. I'm the underdog. I'm the Cinderella story. I'm the Rocky Balboa of this. I'm in third place, and I have almost $300,000, and that's chump change, right? That's nothing compared to the people of the other two that have millions of dollars. If I win on this issue. I have made this issue across the state, property and water rights, my issue, not because I want to win with it, because it's important to my family. It's important to you, it's important to Montana. But if I win this primary, it sends a clear signal to who? Steve Daines. That he better walk away from supporting this compact because Western Montana won't vote for him. Because he's expecting his guy, Mount Rosendale, to win. Right? It sends a clear signal to Representative Gianforte, who's going to do exactly what Steve Daines does because he's learning about it, but he's going to follow Steve's lead. And you know what else it does? It sends a clear shot across Attorney General Fox's bow, who wants to be governor, right? Then maybe he better get his acting gear, and maybe he should be helping us as the Attorney General and side with the people of Montana and our Constitution. Maybe there's hope for him if he can see where the votes go this June 5th, okay? So here's the deal. In a heartbeat, who am I? I'm a boy that was born and raised in Great Falls. My family homesteaded Blaine County and Judith Basin County. They were farmers, or they were also miners as well as farmers. You know, I was raised in the public school system, went to Carroll College. I joined the Air Force because President Reagan said, we have to take down the evil empire. I joined, and I served. 13 years of fixing broken and wounded warriors. I had a commitment to come back to Montana and raise my 4 kids as Montanans. I did not want them to be Montanans in name only. And I took a job up here in Kalispell, and for 21 years, I've been fixing you, broken farmers and ranchers and cowboys, and also all our football, basketball players too, right? I also became a state legislator, and I learned a lot. I'm on the state ag committee, I was on tax, I'm on appropriations, and yes, as a doctor, they got me doing stuff about health and human services, protecting our children through the Child Protective Services, and fighting for that, fighting for our foster kids. I'm a foster father, and I'm an adoptive father as well as a biological father, so these things really mean a lot to me. And I'm now battle tested. I'm used to standing up and getting yelled at. And you know what? Conflict is currency. You know what? You and I, we just want to do our job and love life and enjoy that outside. But they make it painful to us because they know if it's painful, we'll probably give them more if we make the conflict go away. Do not let them do that. Conflict is currency, and that goes your way too. And now it's our turn. What I heard up here, what you need to do is you need to send those letters, and it's time to make noises. Okay? And I'm just digressing from this path because popcorn moment. Here's what we do. Legislation, not just a resolution, a legislation that prohibits pre-implementation of this compact. Boom. We get that through. And we try to get it to go across party lines by getting other farmers and ranchers to work with us. And we get that through. Number 2, we pass another compact, but the one we want. Oh, you want to irritate some people? Let's bring a new water compact that's a model compact that we want. And let's see what happens. We can. We don't need permission to put that in as legislation. And we can have an open process. We can allow amendments. Oh my goodness, they'll have to spend more money. Great. That's conflict. That's currency. That's your currency. That's what you need to win in this. You need currency. You need power. Let's make it a little miserable like they made it miserable for us. It's our turn. We are now pitching the ball. All right, with that, I'm putting this down. I'm willing to talk to you over on the side. But thank you for coming. And what you're doing here is really important. Bring somebody with you next time. All right? Thank you.